Welcome to CTV News, your Canada. It's Thursday, May 15th. We'll bring you profiles of fascinating Canadians and stories about your community. Thanks for watching.
It wouldn't be the Calgary Stampede season without some wild, wacky, and wonderful eats. The Midway menu is back, and I have the tough challenge today to have a taste test to see which items live up to all the hype. Basically what we do is we've got these pork tongues, we cure them, we inject them with a brine solution, soak them, lightly smoke them, and then steam cook them. It's different. Yeah, it is different. They're tender, they are different. I'm going to bite my tongue on this one, but I know this one is going to get me. Take me through the Skittles Dog. So it's just something fun for the kids at Stampede because they always get neglected. Not just for the kids. Not just for the kids. I'm taking it. Not what you would expect, but you can certainly taste the rainbow. Up next, we have the Stampede Bao. And you did not hear me wrong, but Tracy, what is this?
So all the flavors are inspired from Hawaii. So Spam, pineapple, and garlic shrimp inside a bao. The Spam makes it. It really does.
We do try to curate into a couple different categories, and wild and wacky is certainly one of those. I will try any of the food, so worm poutine, I'm there.
Oh, no thank you.
Oh, worms. Wow, that's crazy. Okay, I can try it.
Okay, we're in for a bucket of fun here.
So this is the Crocodile Aid Bog Bucket from Family Squeeze Lemonade. So it's 2.5 liters of sweet tea lemonade with popping boba, apple popping boba to be specific. We've got a crocodile full of gummy worms.
But is this for one person?
I guess a better person would share, but I like it for me.
I'm not going to share either. Look at the gator. Oh, cranky. Last but not least, of course, we need dessert. We're here at Bowtie Pizza with Paul, but Paul, this isn't pizza for dessert.
This is not pizza. This is our no-bake cheesecake that we make in all of our stores here in Calgary, and today we have a maple bacon cheesecake.
We already know I'm going to give this one a 10 out of 10. As predicted, 10. These are just some of the 50 new Midway foods coming to the Calgary Stampede this July. Do I have a favorite? I'd have to try them again, and I could just not have one more bite. Or could I? Turf Fikowski, CTV News, Calgary.
Ultimate Frisbee is good, fast fun. When you catch the disc, you pivot only on one foot and have 10 seconds to throw it to a teammate.
You'll be running, you'll be catching, you'll be playing on defense, on offense, all of this within 1 point. And the tempo is super fast-paced, so you get to do a bunch of different things really quickly.
Alessia Vinet plays with the Iris Ultimate Team, representing the best female players in Quebec. She's teaching Bruno Ivan and classmates some tips and tricks.
I love is catching. I like is catching.
Is it difficult?
A little bit. A little bit.
Le fun. J'ai trouvé ça le fun.
Jean-Lévis Champagne is coach and president of the Montreal Ultimate Men's Team. He says this sport teaches collaboration.
Collect and in the end zone.
There's no referee on the field. Every kid is a ref, so it learns them to discuss whenever there's a foul, there's a call.
You heard that right. The players decide the calls.
When there's a foul that occurs, which is normal, they can discuss about it and learn the rules and exchange about why they think it was a foul or not. So it's pretty good for values of the kids.
Ultimate can also be played with mixed teams, one of the few sports that is co-ed.
To have fun and to play with others, because you have to pass to everyone on the field. It's really, it's a mixed sport also, so girls can play with boys.
And that's exactly what happened at the Complexe Sportif Saint-Laurent in the name of active learning. And when these students meet at the park on weekends, the only gear they need to play Ultimate is a Frisbee and a few friends. Christine Long, CTV News.
Jacob Lewis and the Martin Boys. You've made it all the way, but there can only be one winner.
They might want to rename it Atlantic Canada's Got Talent, because it all came down to two East Coast acts in last night's finale.
Whoever wins, you've been incredible.
Jacob Lewis, a construction worker and father of twins from Butlerville, Newfoundland, went head-to-head with the Martin Boys, a country duo from Woodstock, New Brunswick, who've been singing together since they were 6 and 9 years old.
Jacob Lewis!
In the end, Jacob Lewis was crowned the winner, taking home a $1 million prize.
It's changed the life of my family, my life. I can't thank everyone enough.
Lewis says the moment still doesn't feel real.
Then I see all the messages, and then I see the emails, and I'm like, okay, this actually happened.
Finishing second and proud of it, the Martin boys say the real win was the support and exposure they've gained.
I mean, we're honored to place second because it was the most voters ever in a Canada's Got Talent finale.
And their East Coast showdown? Nothing but love and respect between the final two.
I'm a really big country fan of the type of stuff that they do. And I had mentioned to them, I'm a fan of their music now.
We got a chance to really connect with him and make a good friendship with him, and we're happy for him and happy for his family.
Ain't never seen a taillights glow.
Both acts say life has already changed dramatically.
The bookings are coming in off the charts. People are wanting to have us.
You need to quit your day jobs.
And they're taking Shania Twain's advice literally.
Are you or did you quit your day jobs?
Yes, we're done. We're full sending this into music, and there's no plan B.
As for Jacob, the next chapter starts now.
I do want to make a career of this, well, at least give it a push and give it an honest try. If I am doing concerts anywhere and anyone is able to take in those, I will give you a performance. I can promise you that.
A new study is revealing that air pollution may contribute to the development of epilepsy, a brain condition that causes seizures.
Basically, what we do is we identify where these people with epilepsy live and what was the exposure to those pollutants in those specific areas where they live.
Researchers at London Health Sciences Centre Research Institute and Western University's Schulich School of Medicine and Dentistry found an association between long-term exposure to air pollution with new cases of epilepsy in adults in Ontario. The study was conducted based on research data from the province that was collected between 2010 and 2016.
Considerable research coming out over the past decade, especially showing that air pollution has been associated with other neurological disorders such as stroke and Alzheimer's disease. But there wasn't a lot of research that has looked at the association with epilepsy. So we decided that we wanted to investigate this.
After focusing on adults without other major health conditions, researchers found over 24,000 new epilepsy cases over the 6 years.
There are three markers: ozone, NO2, and particle matter. And we found that there is that some of those pollutants increases your chances to develop epilepsy.
According to the World Health Organization, 99% of the world's population breathes air that exceeds air quality limits.
Now, with this study, we're telling the policymakers that exposure to pollutants or living in areas where those pollutants are much more frequent, there is a chance that they may develop epilepsy.
As a next step, the research team plans to explore the effects that forest fires may have on health, including epilepsy. Rita Ismail, CTV News.
Founded in 1900 by a group of local artists and citizens, the Art Gallery of Ontario is one of the oldest and largest galleries in the province.
125 years ago, a woman named Harriet Bolton Smith donated her house in her front yard, which we know is Grange Park today, to the City of Toronto, and it started as the Art Museum of Toronto.
Then taking on its current namesake, the Art Gallery of Ontario in the early 1900s, with each decade bringing change.
Every 20 years or so, we expand and we make sure that we're relevant and meaningful to the people of Toronto today.
A home for art in every form, in every room, designed to make you think, feel, and reflect.
I guess it inspires a lot more questions than answers. It makes you think a lot.
To mark the special birthday comes an edition of a keenly Canadian collection.
There's a major show this summer called Joyce Wieland, Hardown, which is a beautiful exhibition by an artist who's from Toronto who many people aren't familiar with anymore.
Stepping into the next 125 years as a space with something for everyone from every generation.
I love it. It's really great, and I've been coming here since I was a kid, and it's always new and it's always interesting.
Oh, we love the AGO, the Indigenous art and the Group of Seven and everything. It's just impressive.
The celebration for the Art Gallery of Ontario's 125th birthday continue right throughout the summer with special programming. For more information, you can visit ago.ca or follow them on social media. Jessica Smith, CTV News.
After some frustrating years following the pandemic, the Saskatchewan Rush are having a season to remember, finishing second in the standings, turning heads around the league in the process. The only thing standing between the Rush and their third National Lacrosse League championship are the Buffalo Bandits.
They've just been here before, honestly, and they know what it takes. One thing, too, is they block a ton of shots. I think if we can get good looks in transition and just shots period on net, I think we'll have success.
While the team is laser focused on the NLL Cup, the league has taken notice of some extraordinary performances. Defender Keegan Bell, the 2025 Teammate of the Year award winner, has shown his versatility at multiple positions to contribute.
Beller is just one of those guys that's always positive. Even if he's not in the lineup, he's always ready to go, and it shows. Like he hopped in that backup goalie for us one game, so it's just, if that doesn't scream Teammate of the Year, then I don't know what does.
Co-head coach and general manager Derek Keenan is the 2025 NLL GM of the Year, the fourth in his career.
It's great to be around a winner like that every day, and he just instills winning attitude and habits into guys week in and week out, and it's just the little things that he says. When he speaks, everyone listens. He commands the room, and that's just how much respect everyone has for him.
No surprise to his players who admire him for his enthusiasm. Jimmy Quinlan wins the 2025 Les Bartley Award for Coach of the Year.
And, we could show up to a Friday practice. Guys are tired from flights, and he's rolling in like he's about to teach a third grade class with so much enthusiasm, so much excitement, and we just feed off that.
Matt Hossack and Frank Chiliano are up for Defender and Goaltender of the Year. Those awards will be named sometime later this week, but the Rush will need to be disciplined against the Bandits in all areas of their game.
Discipline and not taking penalties, and discipline with our choices on the floor, because they're not going to give us many opportunities, so we don't want to give them any freebies as well.
Game 1 goes Friday night in Buffalo on TSN. John Flatters, CTV News, Saskatoon.
While passing through Victoria Park on her lunch break, Sparrow Wall decided to stop.
I was kind of listening to it a little bit, and I thought, well, I've been affected, and I know lots of people who have been affected, so it's a big deal.
But when she came across the message, breaking the cycle of violence, that's when Wall decided to participate.
I think it's important that people stay together and support each other, especially in hard times.
For the 7th year, Hearts in the Park opens up a space for people to learn and talk about the signs of violence and its effects on women and men.
Saskatchewan is still rated the highest, unfortunately, of interpersonal violence in the country, and so we work hard in partnership to ensure that we can come together, raise public awareness about this, and give people the opportunity to talk about their own experience and people that they know that have experienced violence.
Aside from immediate victims, Perry says violence also impacts families and offenders.
Because we know that in order to break the cycle of violence, we have to come at it from the perspective of working with the family, the offender, and the victims. So it's very important that we keep that top of mind.
People who have been affected or know someone who has been affected by violence were asked to sign a heart with a message.
Family Service Regina is here to support folks to navigate that, to improve safety, to make decisions about what's right and best for themselves, to navigate the justice system.
Putting their hearts on the line, literally, to show the power of collaboration. Sierra D'Souza Butts, CTV News, Regina.
Protest on the streets of Ottawa becoming a more common occurrence. But a proposed so-called bubble zone bylaw would keep them away from some areas of the city.
I think there's a consensus that we need to do something.
Ottawa's mayor supports implementing a bylaw to restrict demonstrations near community spaces like schools, hospitals, and places of worship.
We need to make sure that people are still able to exercise their constitutional right to demonstrate, but we also need to make sure that people are able to access the places that they're going to, places like schools and places of worship.
Council directed staff to explore the feasibility of a bylaw to address possible harassment and hate speech during demonstrations last year.
In my synagogue, every single week,
there is a sense of nervousness.
Rabbi Eden Scher says this bylaw would be an improvement for safety and security.
People have a right to feel good and safe and comfortable and secure as they're attending school or as they are attending some sort of cultural event.
Both the Jewish Federation of Ottawa and the National Council of Canadian Muslims support the idea. Others say police already have the tools to combat protest and hateful incidents without curtailing the right to free expression.
We're firmly against this kind of legislation. It's really a fundamental attack on freedom of expression, the right to dissent, which when we're talking about the capital city of the country, that's especially important.
Ottawa Councillor Jeff Leeper says in other cities like Calgary, similar restrictions have been challenged in court.
One of the things about which I'm concerned is that we could do a lot of very expensive work over the course of many months simply to have it found to be unconstitutional.
Katie, it's expected a motion will be tabled at a city committee tomorrow that would direct staff to prepare a bubble zone bylaw. Many delegates are expected to speak at that meeting. Katie.
CTV's Peter Sperling reporting live for us tonight. Thank you, Peter.
It's a busy time of year at the Classic Landscapes greenhouse. With the forecast warming up, Kit Slipek is getting what she needs to plant this weekend.
It just feels good. I like the dirt. I like to be outside in the summer. It gives me something to do.
What you plant can help make spending time in your backyard more enjoyable. To help keep mosquitoes away, plant marigolds.
Mosquitoes aren't fans of the smell that marigolds put off, so they're a really good idea, especially in those areas where maybe we're entertaining on the deck or even around our vegetable gardens. It'll help keep the mosquitoes away.
Horticulturist Perry Stothart says just a few marigolds will do the trick for small spaces like balconies, but you'll need more in larger backyard areas.
Besides marigolds, there are some other common ones. Citronella is a really good one. Lavender is also a good one.
You know, I do plant lavender close to the door, the back patio door, because that apparently repels them.
Stothart says many herbs like thyme, mint, and oregano are also good options.
Yeah, the benefit of herbs is we can use them in our cooking and stuff. So whether we have, container gardening or window boxes, something that we can easily access, it also keep the mosquitoes at bay.
Another common garden pest is the aphid.
So nasturtiums are a really great companion plant for vegetable gardens. Nasturtiums work a bit differently in that they attract aphids, and so instead of being on your vegetables and sucking the life out of them, they hang out on the nasturtiums.
Stothart says controlling aphids should also help with ants in your garden.
Ants are actually attracted to aphids because they produce a sugary honeydew. And so ants will actually farm and take care of aphids because they're taking the sugars that they're producing.
Not all insects are bad for your garden.
If you have healthy flowering plants, generally speaking, the pollinators are going to be attracted to your yards. Those pollinator presences will make your plants grow better. It'll make your fruit and vegetable production be better.
Amanda Anderson, CTV News, Edmonton.
Pat Hummels has been volunteering with the RVH Auxiliary for more than 30 years. She says it's important to give back to the community and hospital when you can.
So busy here, and they do such awesome work that whatever they can give back to the patients and to the hospital is very much appreciated.
Split the Pot Lottery are doing what they can to support hospitals around Ontario with their early bird draw happening Wednesday nights, supporting organizations like the RVH Auxiliary. RVH Auxiliary President Lise McCourt says it's important to support the regional health center.
This hospital is part of our community, so in Barrie and surrounding areas, we need to be supporting our community and supporting our hospital.
She adds that when purchasers buy a ticket, that they support RVH in doing so.
It just allows us to support the patients here by purchasing equipment and supplies that is really needed at the hospital.
McCourt has been working the front lines and is thankful for the community's support.
It has been an incredible journey for us with our 50-50 and with Split the Pot, and just seeing the support that we're receiving from our community. I'm just so thankful. I can't even say how much. It has made a huge difference in our fundraising efforts and for the help that we've been able to provide to our hospital.
Tickets can be purchased online at www.splitthepot.ca. The public can purchase tickets until midnight tonight for a chance to win $5,000 and remain eligible for all of the remaining draws. Luke Simard, CTV News, Barrie.
And just like that, the Special Olympics for Guelph area students are underway.
So we're hosting about over 600 athletes for Special Olympics in various track and field events.
Athletes from the Upper Grand and Wellington Catholic boards gathered at Guelph's St. James Sports Field to show off what they've been training for.
Yes, I love doing track meet, and my coach Carly always telling me practice every week.
Is Coach Carly hard on you? Does she give you a hard time if you're...
No, she never give me a hard time.
The day is a way to celebrate the athletes without getting them lost in the mix of a typical track meet.
Just come and just know that you get to truly be yourself and nobody's judging you and you are just having the best time.
So, what events might you see?
50 meters to all the way to 400 meters, and then we have shot put and softball throw and running long jump. And then for adaptive, we do a shorter run of 25 meters, and then we bring in adaptive equipment such as basketball toss, beanbag toss, t-ball.
Adaptations which are greatly appreciated by athletes like Alex Winter.
Like with my disability, I won't exactly be happy running the 100-meter dash, especially when you're carrying around like hunks of plastic on your feet, which I do.
The event is split up into 2 days, with Upper Grand schools in North Wellington and Dufferin competing next week. Even still, the hundreds of competitors can be intimidating, so 12th grade athlete Avery Elliott has some advice for the younger students.
I get into like a nice mindset. I get a lot of sleep, like I go to bed a bit earlier than I usually do. And I make sure my bag's packed and everything for today.
And if you're not sold on the Special Olympics just yet, Alex is back to change your mind.
If you can't include everyone in a game, then you're not playing it right. And those are words that I live by when it comes to sport.
Spencer Turcott, CTV News, Guelph.
Gabrielle Melendez will never forget the day she met Jaime Cuadra.
Gorgeous green eyes and dark hair, and there I was with my braces, all skinny, and
She was 13, he was 15, and the feeling felt unprecedented.
Like an arrow hit both of us. Like it was like boom.
While they were inseparable after that, she says, the civil war in Nicaragua threatened to tear them apart.
14, 15-year-old boy or girl, they'll grab you and throw you in the back of a Jeep and take you up to the mountains to fight.
While Gabriella's family made secret plans to escape the country, Jaime's family couldn't afford to flee. The last day they saw each other, he gave her this photo.
And he wrote in the back, to Gabriella from a boy that loves her so much.
And leaving that love, Gabriella says, felt like half her body was being ripped away.
I knew he was going to die, for sure.
During the following decades, Gabriella and her family moved safely to Canada. She started a successful dog grooming business, but she always felt something was missing.
And I was never going to find love again or feel love again.
But then, while Gabriella was searching online, she happened upon a photo of an unfamiliar man with an unmistakable look in his eye.
That's him. You're alive. You're there. You're here. I don't know. You're on Earth.
And after a couple years of reconnecting online, Gabriella returned to Nicaragua, and they met in person for the first time in 32 years.
I was like bawling and kissing him, and ay, caramba.
And although Jaime can't speak English,
Fue la primera vez después de tantos años.
No translation is needed to see how meaningful it felt after enduring the trauma of war and poverty to finally have his prayers of being reunited with his love answered.
And he says he could only think of my smile to keep him alive.
Well, his love, Gabriella says, has brought her back to life.
Just give your heart, and love will come back to you.
And now, husband and wife, the couple are filled with gratitude that their first love turned out to be their forever love. Adam Sawatsky, CTV News, Souk.